whom are concerned about climate change. But a major disconnect is due to the gaps in knowledge and intent behavior misalignment. Our solution takes a phygital approach, that is, physical plus digital, to bridge these gaps. Let's talk about the Gen Z. Building on the opportunity to engage as sustainability champions. This generation values sustainability, relatability, and rewards. With high eco consciousness and digital engagement, they trust authentic narratives and peer influence over traditional ads. Gamification and tech like AR VR resonate with them strongly, bringing the knowledge and intent behavior gaps identified earlier. The need of the hour is to bring sustainability to the people. Continuing the values of Gen Z, our campaign, hashtag Little Green Steps, simplifies the sustainability to reduce the complexity. It starts with awareness, focus followed by driving action through AR and VR, and scaling through advocacy by empowering marginalized societies. The strategy aims to engage and create impact for all stakeholders involved. Next, to bring the campaign to life, we introduced the Green Caravan, a fleet of solar powered electric vehicles targeting tier 1 colleges in the pilot phase. These caravans will make sustainability tangible and engaging. The students can be educated, regarded, and interactive in a memorable way. This on ground activation ensures direct participation, amplifying the awareness and action pillars while inspiring the next generation of sustainability leaders.
Scale building on the success of the Green Canvas, we scale our impact to Tier 2 and Tier 3 city colleges through sustainability booths, where these booths enable the students to deposit the plastic waste, which is rewarded with the Garnier's trial pack products, creating a tangible incentive. Larger schemes highlight Garnier's uh, emotive innovations and initiatives and the Plastic for Change partnership, while the booths promote hashtag Little Green Steps on social media. This approach ensures widespread reach, making Garnier the first ever sustainability sponsor in these kind of fests. To amplify the reach on our on-ground initiatives, we leverage influencer marketing at both national and local levels. Relatable voices like Vedanga Rana, Barkha Singh, and Pooja Hede creates a buzz, reinforcing Garnier's and sustainability. We amplify the Green Canva reach through digital strategies. Students can create user-generated content by snapping with hashtag Green Canva India, while Gen Z-friendly video content and a YouTube series showcasing their journeys. To scale our impact, we have designed a 5-year strategic engagement plan targeting 1,000 plus universities and 42 plus thousand colleges. Phase 1 focuses on tier 1 institutions like IIT, IIMs, and top private colleges with high sustainability interest, and then subsequent phases expand to tier 2 and tier 3 institutions. Our movement involves 4 phases. First is pilot testing, the second through ambassador programs and workshops and VR demos. Second is expanding to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Third would be scale national wide and collaborate with vocational institutions. And fourth would be creating Garner Sustainability Academy. As we look into the future, our vision extends beyond campuses, expand the program to schools for real life sustainable learning, transform plastic waste into art and architecture for awareness, and launch the Garner Sustainability Academy to nurture these eco leaders. These initiatives will ensure our commitment to sustainability in a long lasting movement. And hashtag Little Green Steps and the Green Carva is Garner's partnership with Plastics for Change is more than a campaign, and it will be a movement. So together, let's turn small steps into monumental change. Thank you. We are open for queries.
Thank you, BrandGurus. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. Quite a futuristic perspective, I must say. My question to you is, you did talk about tier 2 cities. And also colleges. I wanted to understand the logic of really the kind of tier 2 cities. If I know you've kind of talked about the IIT IIMs that you're looking at, who would be in towns which some of them are tier 2 cities, most of them are tier 2 cities actually. But the point is about you are addressing a population that in some form would already be aware. So how much would you generate from there? And I mean, would you want to really only target that population? I know you're looking at schools, but how do you use this population which is already aware to cascade further and take on even larger wins at the first instance rather than spending so much effort on educating somebody who are already aware?
Got it. We agree with the point that the majority of the population will be aware. So in fact, we have already mentioned that 84% of the Gen Zs, they are aware, but the problem comes in where they want to perform some kind of action. So there needs to be some kind of easier way to remove the complexity to perform action. To do that, we tried to put in our solution the pilot strategy, which will be focusing firstly on the approachable colleges where the L'Oreal brand is present and then it is known. So that will be in the tier one cities like Ahmedabad, Delhi, Bombay. But keeping the economics also in mind, the green caravan will not be able to maybe travel to the whole country at the pilot phase. So to keep the economics and scalability in mind, we thought of taking the based approach where the sustainability boost can be incorporated. Also, the Gen Zs, though they are aware, but they focus on rewards also. So some kind of reward-based mechanism, such as maybe posting their stories on the Garnier's page, or maybe some kind of goodies that comes in handy.
And
Okay.
to continue on the same sense, so you have this caravan going from campus to campus. You are organizing the booth, but how do you encourage them to continue? In the sense, you are the booth, they come, they bring their plastic, but how are you encouraging them to spread the awareness further?
Understood. So we have also mentioned in our presentation that the Gen Zs, they are highly tech savvy, and they also engage with more than 6 to 7 hours daily on social media platforms like Instagram and YouTube. So means to create awareness and also sort of get the instant gratification is through sharing stories where they are engaged with the Garnier sustainability programs. And again, to continue this, we will have to provide some kind of rewards that can be included in the form of certifications to the student ambassadors. Apart from that, the already uh, activities which are being conducted, such as live projects and hackathons to engage with the cash prizes, that is one of the incentives, few of the incentives which we can give them to continue this journey.
I have a question. Most of the colleges that you would be going to would be graduation students who would have 3 years. Do you think that this is a sustainable model at all? You'll probably meet them in first year, where they will be excited. Second year, they will be busy studying. Third year, they'll be busy in in the next year of their post graduation. How do you think this would be sustainable?
Understood. Uh, so in our schools and colleges, and we have different kind of activities wherein the societies or the committees of the campus are involved. And so during that phase, definitely by creating an awareness in such a way that the steps to incorporate sustainability in our life, that becomes easy. And also by influencer marketing, people are trying to bring in sustainability into their daily lives. So if we are able to create a habit over the years in the college, then it can be sort of carried forward in the journey apart from the colleges itself.
And there also happens to be courses relating to sustainability in the curriculum nowadays. So incorporating them with the course as well. I mean, it starts with a mandate, but it ends with a habit. So in this way, we can have our approach lined up.
Can you please show me a budget sheet? I saw it in the appendix.
Yes, please.
This is 20 crore for the urban activation.
No, this involves for the basically the first two phases mainly. So we are assuming that we'll be having 10 e-buses, which will be visiting across the countries and yeah, to the campuses, but they can be used further as well. The setup for AR VR devices in the buses, also in the booths, that will be around 20 per bus. So yeah, accordingly, we have been incorporating the fuel and travel charges, the employees or the labor cost required, and the incentives, definitely the goodies to the students.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team BrandGurus.
Sorry, do I have a minute? Just one last quick question, if I have a minute. On the reverse logistics, especially when you have collection points and other things happening, I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't see that in the sheet, or did I miss it in the sheet? Is there a reverse logistics cost factored into this? Because you would have a collection of the items, and what do you do with that? And then there's a reverse logistic to some recycling point, right?
Right. So right now we have considered the part till the collection portion, but definitely that is the thing to think about.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Team BrandGurus. Next up, we have Team Legends from IRMA, and the presenters are Bhuntu, Ashish, and Kavya. Good luck, team.
Thank you. So, picture this. Ravi, a waste picker, starts his day at 4 a.m., sorting through hazardous waste to keep our cities clean. Yet, he faces stigma and remains invisible to most of us. At the same time, students like us strive to live sustainably. We try to buy eco-friendly products like combs and jute bags and try to reduce plastic, but often feel lost about creating a real impact. We, Team Legends, feel that the Green Warriors program by Garnier XPFC would connect these two worlds, empowering students to act sustainably while honoring the efforts of unsung heroes like Ravi.
India has started realizing the weight of climate change and necessity of action. So waste pickers are fundamental, but they don't get any benefits that they will help them. While the youth understand the impact of declining environmental conditions, but are held back by a lack of knowledge and directions. So we need to foster a culture of sustainability right from the college years. Next slide, please. So our research has revealed that 80% of the students want to act sustainably, but lack guidance and have certain barriers. So 60% of them also believe that rewards and competitions would highly motivate them. So our focus is to move the students from other three quadrants into sustainability quadrant by a Green Warriors program. Next slide, please. So through personal interaction, we got to know that while students need a clear path to sustainability, waste pickers require proper segregation systems and recognitions. The Green Warriors program bridges these gaps and help Garnier in XPFC leverage these opportunities.
Certainly. So our program has three key elements. The first one being the student ambassadors themselves. These will be our sustainability leaders, that is our green warriors, driving activities like waste segregation, workshops, content creation, and so on campuses. Next, we have Green Passport. It is a gamified tool that makes sustainability engaging. Students earn points for actions like segregation, attending workshops, or completing courses, which are redeemable for rewards like vouchers, events, and discounts. We have social media influencers. These people will be it will be crucial for amplifying the program's message, inspiring participation, and raising awareness. Next, as you saw, this is how we envision our Green Passport platform to look like, right from the registration point to the leaderboards. Next, students will share their efforts via posts and reels, creating a peer-driven movement, aligning perfectly with how today's youth engage with each other through relatable and impactful content. Next slide.
India doesn't have a culture of sustainability, so it is important to incentivize the stakeholders in the beginning to pass this on to the future batches. Thus, through the Green Warrior program, Green Warriors gain certifications, training, and internships. Green Passport holders compete for prestigious rewards. Waste pickers, the unsung heroes, are honored with awards. Campuses benefit from the influencer-led content training and sustainability project collaborations. Our program drives youthless sustainability on campuses, improve recycling rates, recognition, and dignity for waste pickers. In the year one, success will be measured through participation, recycling efficiency, and waste reduction. Together, we can rewrite the story of waste, empowering students, uplifting waste workers like Ravi, and creating lasting change, and thus making our planet better for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Legend. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
It's a very interesting approach. I like the fact that you came with both sides, the students and the workers. Can you go back to the slide, with your three pillars where you have your workers, your passport, and I couldn't match the third one. Yes, this one, brand influencer. Okay, so how are you planning to create the content, based on the action? Is it to go on a classical platform like Instagram, or is it to stay on the Green Passport platform?
Yes, sir. So basically on the green part, Ujashini, can you please move to the next slide? As you can see here, we have a community tab on the Green Passport platform. Here, students can post the content that they have done. For example, if they had a segregation weekend this time, they could just post it. In addition to that, in the next slide, we have also given content on the conventional platforms. For example, on YouTube, if there is a cleanliness drive that they recently had, or if they did something sustainable this week that they want to post about, or if they get a certificate from our Green Passport platform, they could post about that. So we are creating multiple avenues so that the user-generated content takes precedence over the influencer-generated content. This is what will sustain it in the long run.
I have a question.
Yes.
College students have a lot of things to do between music festivals and other campaigns, which have a lot more, attractiveness. For example, nowadays in colleges, you have a lot of not lot of activations that are around mental health, around cultural activities. Where do you think this fits in?
Yes, ma'am. So as you've seen in the first 1 or 2 years at least, we have planned certain incentives. We do understand that India doesn't really have this culture of sustainability or like propagating that culture, and I think that is something that we need to build. Though there are a lot of things for students to do, they have been increasingly understanding the importance of sustainability. As we showed in the first slide, that students are increasingly concerned that about the environment and want to even study about it. The number of courses based on sustainability are also increasing, and that is what we aim to leverage. And we are also incorporating a fun element to it, where we are bringing influencers to the campuses to teach them content creation, where we are holding events which they can actually engage in and take part in. We are sending them to training in other areas as well, which also gives them an added point in their CV if they want to do so. So we are making it as engaging as possible so that they are happy to do it, rather than it's not just a prerogative, they're just happy to do it. So that's what we want.
My point would be, between an event like this and 2 tickets to go to the Dua Lipa concert, the college students will still pick the concert, right?
Definitely. I think that, yes, that is a thing and that is something that if there are two people who are picking the Dua Lipa concert, we want to have at least one person in the entire campus who will choose this. And I think that itself would be a big change, which that is why we are completely focused on the student part of it and how they are being engaged here.
Thank you. All the best.
Just a quick one from me. I think, using influencers definitely helps, and I think in all forms. My point is about gamification and gratification. So I think, how do you really invoke authenticity in all of this?
Yes, definitely. So when we see the leaderboards, etc., they will keep changing. I think that brings an element of like instant gratification. So the The fact that we want to balance this with is the actual humanity aspect of it. When we have things like the unsung hero awards, where the waste pickers are rewarded when they are connected to health insurance, etc., and all of this, it gives them the feeling of actually achieving something instead of it just being another thing that they're doing, and something that doesn't really have value. So that is the value that we want to bring to the table, and make sure that the students also see it, that they're actually making change while they're involved in the program.
And a follow up on this, the reason I've also mentioned about authenticity is because it's about a mindset. How do you, I mean, are you also recommending to track these people to become influencers beyond their current purview and become people who could possibly drive change at a larger level? The reason I say it is, once you have the advantage of a brand like Garnier behind you, and you've been able to invoke certain amount of followers or certain amount of influences, what is the follow through on this one?
Actually, when we asked around our friends, etc., ma'am, they were like, it would be good to learn new skills. And in this day and age, everybody wants to learn what it takes to be like create a certain content or be an influencer. I do understand that Garnier would give them a huge boost if this happens, and that I feel would also in turn tie up into the positive brand image aspect of it, as we were talking about. So it not only gives them the skills, it also gives them a platform to use these skills for the benefit of the benefit of others, like the waste pickers or the Green Warriors program, etc.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And have you reflected back a bit on how you will measure this impact on of this application and this I would say this new community, because I guess it will not start from day one. So
Yes.
how you will bring the awareness and how you will measure the expansion of this new habit.
Uchshwini, you can take this to the KPIs. Yes, sir. So this is what we have thought of to use the KPIs or the key performance indicators. Even if we are able to get them to make their first post and tag, it's a big deal for us. So we are just planning to, in the first year at least, make sure that as many people are exposed to it, as many as people enroll into the Green Passport platform, and that itself would at least lead some kind of change in people's mindset to sort of engage with people, engage with waste workers, engage with their campuses sustainability, pick up the trash that they see. These are the little habits that we want to like focus on.
Thank you.
Okay, since the buzzer's up, thank you, Team Legends. Next up, we have Team Trishul from IIM Kozhikode. The team members presenting are Hardik, Anushka, and Venkat. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Good evening, we are Team Trishul. We'd like to begin with a proverb. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. This highlights our responsibility to future generations, yet our primary research revealed that students lack incentives to recycle, find sustainability apps complex, and are motivated by gamification and peer recognition. Our secondary research shows that young consumers show a growing demand for sustainability, but low recycling awareness, poor accessibility, and the need for transparent and rewarding solutions remain key challenges. To address these challenges, we introduce Garnier Green Steps, a mobile app that transforms sustainability into a fun, rewarding, and educational experience. This journey begins with L'Oreal providing eco-friendly dustbins around campuses. Each dustbin features the QR code that, when scanned, directs students to download the Garnier Green Steps app.
Once the students download the app, they can engage with the four key features, starting with the journey of plastic. Scan the QR codes on the L'Oreal provided bins. It will help them watch the videos of the recycling processes, PFC's initiatives, or the stories of the waste pickers. Higher engagement increases the chance to win an exclusive visit to Garnier Recycling Center. Second is the Green Points Tracker. take sustainable actions, snap a picture which automatically gets geotagged and further verified by the college eco clubs, earn green points, and compete for titles like Green Ambassador or rewards such as sustainability scholarships. Third, Green Oath. Colleges pledge to sustainability by segregating plastic waste using the provided bins, compete for the Green Certified Campus title, and host a Green Leaders Meet and Greet. The last is the Carbon Footprint Tracker. Log daily eco-friendly actions to track the carbon emissions. You'll receive personalized tips to reduce the footprint and help in self-actualization goals. To drive engagement, we've designed a marketing campaign, Plastic Not So Magical Journey. A magician tries but fails to vanish plastic waste, highlight that only real action can solve the problem.
We will measure success through the following KPIs: increase in average time spent on the app and the number of participants, improvement in quiz scores or surveys on recycling knowledge, volume of segregated plastic collected, number of impressions and views on campaign posts, and last, frequency of shifts in rankings to indicate active participation. Our 5-year plan is we will launch the Garnier Green Steps app in key campuses, then expand nationally, while refining features and introducing new rewards and building brand advocates. As engagement grows, we will form brand partnerships, and by 5th year, we aim to integrate Garnier into campus sustainability culture.
The journey towards sustainability starts with our action and ends with a commitment. Let's take the first and final step together with Green Steps, because a sustainable future depends on us. Hashtag L'Oreal for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Trishul. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
Okay, thank you, team, for the presentation. I would just want to ask you, what kind of campuses are you going to target?
We will be targeting residential campuses because we feel at residential campuses there is a huge wastage as students stay there and use lots of plastic.
Wouldn't that be already an awareness level with the students who are at campuses? And what kind of are these graduation campuses, post-graduation campuses? The reason I'm asking is there is already, you are targeting a segment which is already aware. So, I mean, that clarity firstly is not, so there are a couple of questions on this. So that's one. Secondly, you're looking at, collection bins. If you could go back to your previous, wherever the, journey of plastic. So you're looking at collection bins, you're looking at influencing people for recycling. What is the reverse logistics of this? How much would it cost? Where is the costing of the entire project that you're looking at? What does the app cost? How do you influence people to download the app? What's going to happen here?
We have the budget. We have tried to prepare a budget for this expense. As you can see, a majority of the expenses bins, as rightly pointed out. Actually, we are focusing on two things. One is awareness, which, as you have already rightly mentioned, that students are already aware of sustainability. The second thing is we are focusing on action, nudging students to act. So this is where we have introduced this plastic bins concept, because in India there is a lack of proper segregation of waste at the source of disposal. So to tackle this problem, we are encouraging students to segregate waste at the source itself. So that is why we are supplying these bins, and there will be posters placed to nudge students to dispose the waste responsibly.
And the motivation behind this would be that, they'll earn sustainability scholarship. They'll probably, have a tour to the recycling centers for Garnier. So at the same time, we're creating awareness as well as, poking them to take action so that they're in return getting some rewards.
And you're using a celebrity for promotion?
Yes,
Yes,
as
we'll be
it is
using.
also. Yeah. Yes, Anushka.
Okay.
I have a question on your KPIs, guys. If you can just go to that slide, please. What is the total amount of plastic you hope to recycle with this exercise in 5 years?
I mean, since it is mentioned that the capacity for the Garnier's Recycling Center is 2,000 tons per 1 year. So we are expecting almost 5,000 tons to be collected over the next 5 years, or cumulative over the next 5 years. As since we only have one recycling center in Chennai for Garnier, but since we're tying up with the entire country, so initial thrust would be lower, but we are expecting it to increase over time.
All right. Thank you.
So I understand that the Green Point Tracker is a way to engage the people with probably a reward after that. But how do you count, or how do you check this point?
Okay, so that will be based on the views and engagement a particular post will have. And according to that, the points will be rewarded for that particular post. And we'll be having weekly campaigns. Like for week 1, we could have no plastic week, and you could upload a picture for that. And second week, you could have a campaign like plant a tree. And the views and the overall engagement, whichever you have on a particular post, that will reward you certain points, which will help you like go to a next level and get rewards.
Hope this answers your question, Xavier.
Yes, yes. And have you already think about the kind of rewards that you could give after that?
Yes, we have mentioned sustainability scholarships and a title of Green Ambassador.
So what we have thought here is that since these rewards, sustainability scholarship and Green Campus Ambassador, these are in long term. But since we are also thinking of short term association or the short term loyalty with the students, so a daily logging in into the application would give them some points. Sharing some content would give them some points, which in the short term they can redeem in terms of some vouchers for Garnier, which will give them, some incentive to stick to the app in the shorter term. But if we look at the long term, if they associate and they take actions, they'll be awarded with the sustainability scholarship or the green ambassador titles, which is very exclusive and not everyone is given that.
Very clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Trishul. With this, we conclude with the planet pillar presentation. Moving on to our next pillar, the product pillar. Our first team is Black Widow from IIFT. Team members are Zanifa, Harsh, and Sriya. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Good evening. We are Team Black Widow, and our journey began by understanding the customers through comprehensive surveys and interviews. Key takeaways revealed confusion about the exact amount of product usage, contamination issues from double dipping, and the prolonged screen exposure causing premature aging. With the sunscreen and skincare market growing exponentially, we have identified an opportunity for the hybrid product, which are both convenient and eco-friendly. Introducing L'Oreal Paris Elixir Pearl, a revolutionary SPF 50 and PA4 plus product. Combining advanced sun protection and skincare benefits, its unique pearl technology ensures precise and waste-free application. The dual action formula hydrates and protects the skin. Furthermore, we have created two more products, two more variants, matte finish for oily skin and dewy finish for dry to combination skin, ensuring a perfect fit for every user.
Enriched with cutting-edge ingredients like UV-Min 400, niacinamide, Centella asiatica, and hyaluronic acid, it protects against UV rays, acne, skin dryness, and pollution while hydrating the skin. Our USP, the Pulse, that are individually dosed, offering precise, hygienic, and effortless application. Each bottle will contain 100 pulse of 0.5 to 1 gram each. Depending on the UV index, user can accordingly take that number of pulse for the right amount, ensuring maximum protection without the waste. Our QR integrated tools also personalize recommendation based on skin type and real-time data. Now, we will also ensure the sustainability in the process, both on product level as well as on the packaging front. On product level, major ingredients like niacinamide, we aim to collaborate with domestic leaders like Biocon and Syngene, which use advanced fermentation techniques to use natural glucose to produce the material. For Centella Asiatica, we partner directly with farmers community, aligning with the L'Oreal Solidarity Sourcing Initiative, ensuring the fair trade and empowering the local farmers and livelihood. On the packaging front, we embrace innovation by utilizing biodegradable PLA for primary packaging and complemented by FSC certified recycled paper boards for secondary one. These materials not only minimize plastic waste but also enhance life cycle sustainability.
With L'Oreal Paris Elixir Pulse, we offer a smarter, eco-friendly sunscreen with precise doses and an innovative portable design. We plan to partner with Hrithik Roshan to perfectly represent our product, positioning it as an essential for an active and stylish lifestyle. We plan to launch with a three-phase strategy to drive awareness, engagement, and loyalty. In the pre-launch phase, we will spark curiosity with cryptic teasers, bold OH billboards. In the launch phase, we will maximize reach with ambassador-led ad, PR in top publication and glow labs. In the post-launch phase, we will drive engagement with experiential marketing challenges and radiation rewards for purchases to ensure a lasting impact. To ensure wide availability, we have adopted a multi-channel approach. The product will launch online exclusively on Nike, Flipkart, and offline, we will partner with premium outlets to set up an experiential zones in public areas. So L'Oreal Paris Elixir Pulse for the men who leads. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Black Widow. Rudy, over to you for the next round of Q&A.
Okay, thank you, team, for your presentation. Now, quick question from my side. What is the target audience? What is the age group of the target audience that you are intending to, attract with this product?
Yes, I'll take that up. Shah, can we go to the first slide? Ma'am, we had done a survey of 174 participants where we had done a age group of 18 to 45. And the graph is given in the slide, and we have already listed the major pain points that all of these age groups had, and all of these men had the common point that we found in all of these age groups were the three takeaways that we found. So the age group is between 18 to 45.
And do you think the brand ambassador who would typically take majority of your costing be attractive to all these generations?
Yes, ma'am. I think because he's such a versatile actor as well as entrepreneur, he has a fitness brand as well, which appeals to the younger audience as well as the older audience who are very fitness freaks. As well as he is an entrepreneur as well as an actor who is still a major actor in the Bollywood industry. Therefore, I think it will be a crowd puller for for all the demographics.
Okay. Just one more question. A lot of the younger generation now is also interested in natural ingredients. Was there some kind of perspective that you kind of built in when you're looking at creating a product like this?
Yes, ma'am. We can go to the ingredients slide, please. So we have given a herb called Centella Asiatica, which has been used in Indian Ayurveda as well as Chinese Ayurveda, and it's also called the miracle elixir of life. So this is one of the, we tried to incorporate both the chemical as well as the natural ingredients in order to create a more holistic product.
Okay, thanks.
Adding to her point, I would like to say that for the natural perspective, we are, for the sourcing of each and every ingredients, we are trying to do it in a more ethical and in a more eco-friendly manner so that our whole product can be more sustainable and more eco-friendly. So that can attract the individuals more.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I have two questions. One, what is the material of the capsule that you're using?
Ma'am, the material of the capsule will be, can we go to the material side? Yes. So, ma'am, it will have niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, as well as Centella Asiatica.
No, the top layer of the capsule, not what is inside.
Yeah, ma'am, it will be made by a very special polymer which can hold the shape of the product and in terms of humidity as well as temperature. So it will be made with a polyester polymer product.
It will be a polymer, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what is the pricing of this product?
Ma'am, the pricing we have kept is as 999 rupees, which is almost 1,000 rupees.
And how
Adding
does
on to
it
the
compare
pricing,
to, sorry, how does it compare to the other products in this category?
Yes. Can we go to the competitive slide, please? Ma'am, we have done a comparative study of all the hybrid products that are there in the market, including the Korean ones, as well as recently Lakme has introduced one. And in terms of, we have taken all the ingredients and the value proposition that we are proposing, and also the fact that we are proposing in the texture of a pearl, which is very novel in the industry. Taking all of those into account, we have come up with this price, which is quite competitive in the market.
On my side, I have two questions. One is related to packaging, because I see that you want to use a paper pack, but I see in your product image some transparency. So how do you plan to bring this transparency with the paper pack?
So that is just a format of what we have made on the pictures. So the main thing, the main product will be a little different from what we have made, because it was not possible for us to make the entire include all the sustainability product that we have suggested in the thing. So we have created a more of a demo kind of a picture in the slide, and and it will be a little different in the real life, where we include all the
also,
sustainable
sir,
factors.
adding on to this packaging part, that since some of the materials on the outer packaging we have to use, since we have to make that packaging waterproof and environmental proof. So for that, many products use the PET, which is polyethylene plastic, but rather than we will use the PLA, which is polyacetylic acid, which is also a transparent kind of material, but it is also better alternative to the PET, which is the completely plastic. So that will give us advantage in making the entire thing a more environmental sustainable.
Okay, clear. And the second question is on the choice of the ingredient. So when I see your ingredients, so how did you choose this ingredient, for example, and how do you translate it into sustainability? So I hear for the key active and the Centella, for example, but for the rest, how did you choose them?
So actually, initially our focus was to work on that hybrid segment where there is no product. So there is no product which is combining the benefits of sunscreen and skincare for men. And men don't want 5-step or 6-step routine because of their busy schedule. So our focus was mostly on that particular hybrid product, which could cater the need in a shorter duration of time for men. So there we identified that this particular sunscreen pearl will cater to both the segments, sunscreen as well, and for photo protection as well, and the skincare as well. So the ingredient which we have chosen, like niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, or even UV 400, that is the SPF technology of L'Oreal, based on that characteristics, which combine the photo protection as well and the skincare benefits as well.
So adding to his point, we have also taken into consideration the various types of skin types that men have. We have taken matte as well as dewy finish. And in matte finish, we have kept the mattifying ingredients such as silica and kaolin clay. Whereas in dewy finish, we have specifically given products that would make it more hydrated and dewy. So we have kept in mind all the skin types that are there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, team. Moving on to our second team in this category, we have Green Dream from Bitsong. Presenters are Gargi, Gitika, and Srihari. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Team Green Dream from BIT School of Management. I am Gargi, joined by my teammates Dr. Gitika and Srihari. Let's get started. Our research began with direct customer interviews uncovering strong demand for skincare solutions that are simple, effective, and authentic. The Indian men's grooming market is projected to grow at an 11% CAGR to reach $1.2 billion by 2025. Yet 73% men avoid routines lasting more than 5 minutes. Sustainability and natural ingredients also emerged as top priorities. Now, let's meet Raj, a 25-year-old entrepreneur from Bangalore. He is overwhelmed by complex skincare routines. His key concerns are oily skin and pollution. He values preventive care, science-backed natural ingredients, and solutions that fit into his busy lifestyle. Introducing Grit by L'Oréal Paris, a 3-in-1 skincare stick combining serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen, taking into consideration that 82% men prefer a stick format for ease of application. Apart from being packed with proven ingredients, Grit has 2 hero ingredients, moringa, known as the miracle tree, rich in antioxidants, and chandan or sandalwood, which adds a soothing anti-inflammatory touch with its woody fragrance. It comes in biodegradable packaging. Grit's portable variant, travel-friendly stick with a carabiner, appeals to on-the-go men. Its in-store display with dark green matte aesthetic and ingredient pods create an engaging shopping experience. Aligned with L'Oréal's vision for sustainability, Grit uses responsibly sourced ingredients, renewable energy at their facilities, and biodegradable bamboo packaging. Grit's transparent value chain reflects a commitment to reducing environmental impact. Leveraging L'Oréal's Skin Genius technology, Grit offers AI-powered skin analysis via QR code. Customers receive personalized skincare insights while L'Oréal valuable data to refine formulations.
We also think Grit could bridge the gap between affordability and premium performance, positioning itself in a nice gap as you can see in the 2x2. Our target market of 24.5 million men presents a potential revenue opportunity between 330 to 712 crores, mainly from the key segment of men without an active skincare routine. This is between 6 to 14% of L'Oreal India's annual sales. We want to price Grit at around 700 rupees to signal quality while maintaining mass appeal. And we then estimated the various costs, and we can expect net margins between 10 to 22% of sales. Compared to others, raw material and manufacturing are where we incur higher costs. Grit's campaigns could involve real-life heroes like doctors and delivery riders, resonating through the tagline, "No matter your grind, keep your grit." Humor-driven ads like soap is in skincare and the "Apply Grit in under 5 seconds" challenge could help kickstart Grit's launch. That's it from us. Team Green Dream signing out. For those who keep their grit during the grind, Grit Stick by L'Oreal, because you're worth it.
Thank you, Team Green Dream. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
I'll start first. I think it's a great looking product, guys. It does remind me of a lot of body shop packaging though, but that's all right. What is the price that you were looking at and what is the cost of manufacturing this?
Right. Yes. So the price is we wanted a target price of around 700 rupees. This was done after looking at prices of other products. However, we faced the challenge of our product being pretty unique and nothing else being on the market quite like ours. That being said, typically products are priced lower than 700 rupees. But considering the fact that we have more number of users per volume, we are priced pretty competitively, I would say. And we are also replacing a lot more products and simplifying routine as well. So yes, I think we are priced very well. And when you look at the total costs, it is, as you can see on the screen, we are able to end up with a net margin of around 10 to 22%. There was some uncertainty in what the exact costs could be, so that we just took a range.
Do you plan to manufacture this in say Mumbai, or have you thought about where do you want to do the manufacturing?
We were hoping that we would be able to manufacture this in L'Oreal's existing manufacturing facilities in Biddi and Chakan itself. Given that there is like 100% renewable energy and I think manufacturing in our existing plants is not only cost effective, but also pretty good from a sustainability point of view. Yes.
I don't think we have the technology to make this format. Have you thought about getting an expert on board? How do you plan to do that?
So it is, so a lot of the ingredients are actually pretty common. It is just that we are doing everything together, but we do not know whether we can actually compress the rub-on format, the stick format, and make that at the existing facility. There might be some modifications required, but yeah, we do not know about that. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Very interesting format. So this one would be serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen. Would you have a SPF value on this?
Yes, we did choose SPF 40 because it blocks almost 97.5% of all UV rays. And we found that that is one of the best formats for the Indian skincare, for our Indian skincare routine.
How would you recommend this be used? Would it be used like a normally when you have an antiperspirant stick, or I'm just trying to figure out skin related impact if there are outbreaks or something. If you're kind of using it directly on the skin, what are you recommending? How would it be used?
So definitely this is something that would follow a cleanser ideally. But instead of having multiple steps, we'd like to compress that because in our research, we found that almost 75% of the men abandon the routine if it's longer than 5 minutes. So this is a starter area where they can sort of adhere to a skincare routine. But we also know that something like sunscreen should be applied on a regular basis every maybe 3 to 4 hours, which is why we also had like a travel sized version, and a stick format is perfect for it because you don't have to get your hands dirty. It's very compact as well. So that was our thought process behind this product.
Okay, so it doesn't address my skin outbreak problem, because if you're recommending to use a product like this, if there is some kind of allergy or an outbreak, it would spread.
So we do have ingredients that address that are anti-inflammatory, etc. Like niacinamide does help acne, etc. But of course, if someone does have allergies, etc., they would be advised to reach out to a dermatologist for a more personalized, something that is used for a certain skincare treatment.
Okay. What are the channels that you're planning to sell this on or launch this on?
So since it will be in line with the L'Oreal Paris Men Expert product, so their traditional distribution channels offline as well as online.
It's something, okay. So what I wanted to go slightly deeper into this was, you're targeting it at 700 rupees, right? To have a maximum ROI out of this, I'm assuming that there would be a campaign that you would want to drive to have people embrace a product like this, which probably is not available anywhere else.
Sure. That's why we do have like a point of sales display here that shows how grit is to be used.
So you're
this
going
is in
offline is the
physical
point.
retail stores, yes. And we do have other campaigns like here, as we have displayed, to show how people of daily use are using. We're appealing on humor as well, through dermatologists. So we have had, or the live challenge where you can apply grit under 5 seconds. So these are all different techniques that we'd like to use so that users are more inclined to try the product and therefore build adherence from there onwards.
Have you done any research where you've seen L'Oreal Paris products being recommended by dermatologists? Because you just called out a reference to dermatologists for L'Oreal Paris products.
So this is a campaign idea we were thinking, but we have not thus far seen a dermatologist recommending L'Oreal products. But I do think that, skincare influencers are a big player today. And even a lot of people are watching dermatology influencers and making decisions on skincare needs based on theirs. So this is a potential avenue that can be explored.
And just to add on, even though we haven't seen dermatologists directly endorse using L'Oreal products, there has been a huge push in the number of dermatologists do strongly recommend using sunscreen, and that is something that we kind of latched onto.
Okay, since the buzzer is up, thank you, Green Dream. Next up, we have the third team, Team Remedy from IIM Vishakhapatnam. Team members presenting are Ijaz, Inoz, and Rishi. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Based on our research, moisturizers and sunscreens are projected to be the fastest growing categories within men's skincare in India. Rising awareness and grooming trends are the key market drivers, supported by urbanization and the growing demand for hybrid products. Our research findings reveal that 88% prefer multi-benefit products and around 90% favor water-based non-greasy formulations in a portable format. Our target consumers are men aged 18 to 35 from Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities, including young professionals and socially active college students, known for on-the-go lifestyles and impulsive buying behavior. Thus, our big challenge is to develop a product that offers a multifunctional, convenient, portable, all-in-one skincare solution that satisfies the unmet needs in the market. Introducing Garnier EcoFade. It's a 2-in-1 skincare film combining moisturizer and sunscreen. Just rub the biodegradable film and it transforms into a non-greasy gel with SPF 50 and pollution control.
Using Garnier EcoFade is as simple as press, glide, and transform. Just pull out a sheet from the sachet, rub the film on your palms, and massage it onto your skin. Compared to traditional products, it's a consumer-centric innovation that you can carry in your wallet, use at the office, and when done, simply dispose into nature. Our product contains 90% low-impact ingredients, vacuum dried to minimize energy use, cutting carbon emission by 35%. It's packaged in biodegradable no-play sachet made from potato starch. Additionally, we save 40% water compared to traditional moisturizers and sunscreen. It also combines aloe vera for hydration, niacinamide and green tea for pollution defense, and octocrylene for sun protection. The consumer experience starts with minimal green-white sachet and translucent film. Users then discover the press, glide, transform concept, sparking curiosity. Friction activates a fresh, non-greasy gel, delivering hydration and delight, creating loyalty with every use.
When it comes to perceptual mapping, on comparing with existing products, EcoFade outshines Himalaya's products and Beardo and Nivea's hybrid products by being more convenient, cost-effective, and portable. A comparison between tubes, lids show that there are chances to use more or less than required, but with films, we get the perfect optimal single-use quantity. Our target market will be Indian Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. One of our main promotional strategies is a collaboration between Uber and Garnier, where commuters will discover EcoFade and receive free samples from Uber drivers, allowing travelers right through pollution while staying protected from sun exposure. We'll also be setting up sample distribution booths in collaboration with Decathlon, CutFit, and other multi-sport turfs, and partner with influencers to promote and spread the word about the product. Each sachet of Garnier EcoFade contains 10 films, priced at ₹50, with the gross margin being 33%, aligning with the industry standard. And with regards to financial feasibility, the product is projected to break even in the third year as depicted in the graph. Garnier EcoFade. Press, glide, transform. Skin protection made effortless for the modern man. Thank you. And we are now open for Q&A.
Thank you, Team Remedy. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
What is the shelf life of this product?
Ma'am, we are expecting a shelf life of at least 6 months because it's a single-use product. As we can already say, it's portable and convenient. So we are not expecting the users to use it throughout the year or throughout more than 3 or 4 months. So at max of
Sorry,
4
can
or
you
5
just go
months.
back to your packaging? I want to know how many do you plan to have? Is it going to be a single? How many will you have in one pack? Or is it
We
a
are planning to
single-use
have
sachet?
we are planning to have like 10 sachets.
10. And so once I open, I can use it for 6 months.
Yes, ma'am, because there will be separation between each film. Each sachet consists of 10 films, and there will be separation between each film. So you can use one sachet, and one sachet equal to one use.
Okay, and how are you packaging inside the main pack? How are you making sure that these thin sheets are not clogging on or not touching each other?
We were actually planning to use butter paper, which are found to be biodegradable, and we can use the packaging material as butter paper, and it will create a separation between the thin films. And on top of that, the outer layer of the sachet is made using polyvinyl alcohol, which acts as a thin outer layer, which then disintegrates when users actually rub their hands. So there are actually two kinds of protection. One is the outer layer of the film, and there's an extra layer which is the butter paper covering.
Okay.
Could you explain a little bit more the application of the product? Because I know that you are on the slide to explain the application, but I'm not super clear. You friction in your hand, and then you still have the patch, and how do you apply it? It's not clear.
I'll take this up. So we'll move on to the appendix slide just to show you the molecular level process, what's happening. So there's this film matrix, which is a matrix structure that's polyvinyl alcohol and hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose. And when you rub, there is a shear stress due to which the hydrogen bond breaks. And sunscreen agents are present embedded in these gaps between this lattice structure. And due to the shear force and breakage, these ingredients which are inside this are spread all over the surface, and then you can apply it onto your skin.
Okay. And so the film, at the end of the day, it will dissolve during the application, or is it just you will remove the film after it just the ingredient which are spreading out of the film?
It will be completely disintegrating into your skin while during application. So you don't have to remove the film or something like that.
Do we have any more questions?
My only point about this is, I mean, it seems complicated. So how do you really, make sure that it's easy to really be embraced by a consumer?
I'll take this one. One of the barriers that we identified is that there is a possibility that customers don't there's a fall in the number of users for the product according to our estimates. And this could be due to customers feeling unfamiliar with the product, or they might have doubts on what the product is, how to use it, whether it will work, which is why our marketing strategies to a great extent have been aimed at addressing this doubt of customers. Our collaborations with Uber, with Decathlon, with Culfit are all aimed at giving customers an opportunity to interact or engage with the product, whereby they can familiarize themselves with the product, whereby they can be accustomed to the product. And sooner rather than later, they'll find that it's a convenience product that they can use in their everyday life.
Okay. And what's your display in a DMart? How would you display this product in a DMart?
I'll take this. So we are planning to keep this in supermarket checkout counters because as we did the research, we understood that between the age group of 18 and 35, there's a lot of impulse buying. And when you have it at the supermarket counter, checkout counters, there's a chance that people see it, people read it, and then just take it because it's one-time use, and they'll try to explore everything by themselves. So, and we are 100% sure that we believe once men use this product, there's no going back because of the sheer convenience that this product offers. And there's no other product in the market that can offer this level of convenience as per the study we did.
And for DMATs, ma'am, we are actually planning to promote impulsive buying by keeping the products near the bill counters so that they can just see the product and it's very convenient to carry the product. So that's what we were planning.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team. With this, we conclude our product pillar. Moving on to the next pillar, the people pillar. The first team, we have Akatsuki from IIM Mumbai. The team members presenting are Praveen, Sakshi, and Rohan. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Evening, everyone. Empowering women starts with understanding their barriers. Under secondary research, we found that after training, only 24.5% of women get a job, and 28.3% of women drop out due to transportation issues. We conducted a family research and found that 40% of rural and peri-urban women face transportation barriers. 46% of women rely on displays in public areas for training program information. To address the challenge of lack of centralized system, we propose a digital platform for seamless onboarding and hybrid learning. This will allow women to easily register for our program by scanning a QR code. Through hybrid learning, we combine online courses for soft skills and offline centers for hands-on duty training. Extra courses on entrepreneurship, finance, and digital marketing ensures empowerment. This is the user journey for our platform. To address challenges of transportation, Solution deploys mobile training buses equipped with beauty and hairstyling sessions in collaboration with NGO and government. Here are images from Masoom NGO where we conducted some interviews. We integrate this with our digital platform. Collaboration is key to our approach. We'll partner with government initiatives like Skill India Mission, NSDC, and Skills on Wheels.
To accelerate digital training rollout in initial phases, we have identified two NGOs, Smile Foundation and Seva Bharat out of 6, using 8-point evaluation framework. For mobile bus deployment, we recommended two NGOs, Agastya and Masoom. On the map, you can see the color-coded presence of 4 shortlisted NGOs by state. This is a part of our 3-phase implementation strategy targeting 15 states of India, ensuring we maximize coverage and inclusivity. Trainees will receive a green certificate powered by Skill India Mission. And to boost program awareness, we will partner with Indeed to offer an exclusive L'Oreal certified job filter. We will also leverage the alumni network for community formation with trainees. In the short term, strategic partnership with Plus Placement Services and Urban Clap will boost immediate placements. And for long term sustainability, we will launch the L'Oreal Placement Portal. Finally, for funding, we will leverage the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana entrepreneurship program, fostering sustainable growth.
Let's talk about target awareness campaigns. So first we have the QR code awareness campaign, followed by digital marketing, NGO, and self-help group outreach. And finally, we have a community-driven awareness campaign. We scale our project by having a phased approach, expanding to empower 96,000 women over 5 years. Offline centers will train around 13,000 women, totaling to over 1 lakh women getting empowered by our project. We estimate that over 90,000 women will be employed within 5 years, increasing the employment rate by 12%. For our finances, we have divided our costing into 3 primary regions, which is the collaboration cost, the digital platform cost, and the campaigning cost. And finally, we have found that the overall cost for our project would be around 11 crore rupees. Here is a roadmap where we launch the first pilot phase in year 1, expand in year 2, and scale with continuous refinement from year 3 to 5. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Jury members, over to you for the Q&A.
Can you go to the first starting of your presentation, please? Yeah, I'll just kind of refresh my mind, but I would let the other jury members ask the questions, please.
I can go for one question. So you were talking about working with different NGOs. Why working with different NGOs and not focusing on one specific?
So I'll take that one. So initially, we have two programs. First for providing training digitally, and second for collaboration to provide mobile bus trainings. So for both these two trainings, we have shortlisted different NGOs. The idea is basically initially in our pilot program to collaborate with minimum NGOs who have more reach in the regions of India. So talking about Masoom that we have selected for mobile bus training, Masoom have presence in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and some part of Madhya Pradesh. Similarly, Agastya Foundation has presence in South India. So that's the main reason.
Okay, I'd like to understand a little bit more on how the mobile buses really work. So, for example, if you pick a village, will these mobile vans be available in one place for a few days? How does that work?
Based on what we have talked to the NGOs like Masoom, we have got to know that they first shortlist the people who are interested to take their course, and then when they reach a certain number, like they rate 20 students in one bus in a batch. So when they reach that number, they finalize a location which is near and uh, which would be able to which would be near to all the 20 students. So that would be an optimized location where the bus would stand, and that would be an basically reduce the amount of transportation that the students have to do in order to study.
And we
So
are
if
adding to
you
that, we are yeah.
please go on.
So adding on to that, we are optimizing like how would we know that there are minimum number of requirement? Suppose 20 women are there in the area through our digital platform, because we are creating a centralized database where location by location we will know how many women are registering from each region. So we can optimize our route and send buses to those locations.
So my point is, if we already have the student list ready, why would we not hire a location which is closest, the most convenient to these beneficiaries? And why are we doing a bus if you know that then so many students are coming in, which means that I'd rather than hire a location in the town or village or city wherever I'm going in.
So I'll take that one. So first reason is the duration of the training is very less, about 1.5 months. So, and to set up a offline hub or offline training center, it will require a time. Whereas if you have 20 women, you can immediately send a bus there, start a program. So it will increase, the cycle time. Basically, in 3 to 4 period, you can train more women through this mobile buses.
How do you plan to ensure that it runs like a proper training center? There is a lot of requirement in buses like these for plumbing, because I see that there is hair wash as well. How do you plan to do that?
So, and for this hands-on training which L'Oreal provides, L'Oreal will provide the equipments with collaboration with NGOs. And while talking with NGOs, we came to know that they already have these facilities like washroom, and they are already collaborating with NGOs, other NGOs, those required hands-on training. So that would be easy.
Also, we
I see.
found that in these buses, there are already spaces which is allocated to keep the equipments they need for training. So they already have the space there. So we can use our equipment and then store it in the buses for training.
Thank you.
Okay, building on Krishna's question, and I think that's exactly what my question initially was about, why are we looking at buses? Have you thought about leveraging the infrastructure of the government to having, kind of a hub and spoke model about having the infrastructure that the government already has, probably with schools or skill development centers, rather than having these buses go from one place to the other or parked somewhere, which also operates in some bit of constraint?
Actually, when collaborating with government, since L'Oreal has already in collaboration with NGOs who provide offline trainings. So the roadmap or blueprint is already developed. So the NGOs that we have shortlisted, 4 NGOs for mobile bus training, these NGOs also have offline centers as well. So by following that existing model, L'Oreal can also collaborate with them to provide training on offline centers as well.
So the idea of starting with these mobile bus training was that we found there's a lack of transportation available in the rural and peri-urban region mostly. So these buses are actually going to tackle that challenge. Also, we found from NGOs that the dropout rate of candidates is higher in offline centers as compared to something like this mobile bus training system. So that's why we opted for this one.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, team. Next up, we have Sustainoglow from Accelerate. Team members presenting are Prince, Pranjal, and Kamal. Over to you, team, for your presentation.
To focus on awareness, the future is brighter when women are empowered. After conducting an industrial analysis assessing the success of vocational and entrepreneurial CSR programs, today, to enhance the scope of L'Oreal's current Beauty for a Better Life program, we propose the addition of an upskilling stage to the current program, which ensures participants are job ready and equipped for long-term careers. To focus on awareness, in order to increase the reach of the program, we have focused on consumer connection, outreach and mobilization, influencer partnerships to amplify stories of empowerment, and purpose-driven ads in regional languages to ensure broad reach in the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities that inspires women to get on board. I would like to highlight our proposal of the Better Life in Every Drop campaign, a purpose-driven initiative that links every... Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That links Better Life in Every Drop campaign, a purpose-driven initiative that links every L'Oreal shampoo purchase to empowering women with rupee 1 funding the program. Let's look at what the proposed candidate journey looks like. It begins with screening and enrollment at NSTI centers, followed by foundational training where women gain core skills. Here is when the upskilling stage comes in, which focuses on essential business and soft skills that bridges the gap between training and real world job readiness. This is followed by internship, finally with the certification stage, which validates their expertise with dual certification from L'Oreal and PMKY. Next.
The course outline spans 3 stages: beauty training for 8 weeks covering core skills, vocational training for 2 weeks, and upskilling stage for 2 weeks. And on the placement and support side, we provide corporate placements and self-employment support for those pursuing independence, thus ensuring that the participants have multiple pathways, whether through employment or through entrepreneurship. To scale the Beauty for a Better Life program, strategic partnership with nonprofits and government bodies are key. And we intend to scale our project by partnering with regional NGOs, introducing trainer-trainer programs, prepare more instructors, and expanding the infrastructure. We will assess the effectiveness of a program at 3 tiers: individual, family, and community. And to gauge the effectiveness at each level, we intend to employ a structure framework of outputs, outcomes, and impacts. Next.
Coming to the timeline, we have a detailed 5-year timeline with collaborators, awareness campaigns, pilot programs, expansion into Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, evaluations program, and at last direct implementation. We will measure the year-wise impact of our program at individual, family, and community level. In this slide, we represent a detailed breakdown of the expected cost and revenue up to 2030. We have projected a variable cost of 4,500 rupees per woman. This will give us a program cost of 71 crore till 2030. We have also estimated the revenue from our awareness program to be 28 crore. Net spending of L'Oreal from this program is coming out to be 43 crore, which will remains well within the 2% CSR mandate that is set by Government of India. All the calculations are here in the attached Excel. Thank you.
Over to the jury for the Q&A. Thank you, team.
Well within the timing. I had a question on on the different stage that you show on the program. What are the criteria, the selection criteria during the screening and enrollment?
I'm sorry, screening?
So at the first stage on screening and enrollment, do you have a selection? You take everyone, or there is a selection at that point, and what are the criteria?
So the National Skills Training Institute of the government has a needs-based assessment that they do, and they can segregate the batches of women according to that. So for women who already have some skills developed, they can be put into another batch, and flexible schedules can be given to them. So we can outsource that to NSTI because this is primarily what they do. They have their expertise in vocational training, and they have the layout for this.
Typically, in programs like these, there are a lot of women who drop out. How do you plan to track these women who are dropping out of the programs?
Can I take that? So
Ma'am, actually, we thought about that and we came up with the idea of taking a registration fee of 1,500 rupees. I know that is a big amount for a lot of them, but we will return that at the end of the program so that they don't drop out in the middle of it. There is something at stake which will be returned by the end of it. Say when they go for the internship on field, by then they already have some development, and NGOs can actually assist us to not to reduce the level of dropouts. But this is something we had thought about the registration fee, which will be returned later on.
Thank you.
Is this program about Sorry, Javier, do you have something you want to ask? I can do a follow-up after this.
Yeah, so ma'am, we also intend to partner with Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. This is a government-based initiative to prevent vocational training for the unemployed youth. And one of the most prominent features that we found about this program is that they provide financial incentives to the candidates upon the successful completion of their training. So financial incentive that they get from the government side, and also the return of the registration fee that will be providing to them upon the successful training, upon the successful completion of the training, is something that we feel can, you know, give them the boost or the motivation that is needed for them to complete, to not to drop out of the program.
Okay. When I see your kind of the training curriculum and things, I'm seeing employability more than entrepreneurship. So does your upskilling program also inculcate entrepreneurship, so that beyond getting a job at a salon or beauty center or, beauty parlor, are you encouraging women? And I don't see that any area where they can set up their own salons. How do they run their salons? How do they run training centers, so that they are able to be influencers in adding more women to the upskilling pool?
So I can take up this. Yeah, Pranjal, go ahead.
So actually, the upskilling had the aim of doing this because we are teaching them inventory management with digital literacy, which is not expected of women who work at salons, so that before they go out, and in the existing program, there is beauty training and there's a training for beauty advisor that already exists. So that happens after they have interned and worked for some time, they can come back. But upskilling also assists with financial literacy and them being able to communicate with customers better and build relationships so that they can make their own businesses. And along with the Mudra loans and all the government initiatives that will be provided during the upskilling, they can take help from that.
Okay, thanks.
Any more questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have the last team, Last Brain Cells from DMS IIT Delhi. Team members presenting are Vedali, Smruti, and Ankur Jha. Good luck, team. Over to you.
Hello everyone. Teach her a skill and she will change your world forever. With this powerful motto as our guiding light, we Team Last Brain Cells are excited to present our solution. In the first slide, we analyzed different segments of women and selected single mothers and widows, women belonging to marginalized communities, women with limited or no formal education. In the next step, we try to understand possible challenges and barriers they face while enrolling in the Beauty for Better Life program.
So, here we plan to collaborate with Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana's extensive network of existing beauty training centers. This will help us minimize infrastructure cost, ensuring nationwide reach. This will also allow us to penetrate into Tier 2 and 3 cities, bringing professional beauty expertise to undeserved area. For this, we proposed working with trusted partners like ActionAid, which has a strong on-ground presence across India. Together, we aim to develop a scalable POC model to ensure efficient program execution. How this will work is, ActionAid will set up point of contacts in key areas for onboarding. L'Oreal will then conduct orientation sessions to align them on program goals. These POCs will set up the point of contacts. They'll collaborate with centers registered under PMKVY scheme to identify potential candidates and streamline enrollments. With these steps, we aim to increase the number of women trained. These POCs will run a campaign empowering women through skill, confidence, and independence using simple visual brochures in local languages. So if you see, this is how a model looks like, in which L'Oreal will collaborate with ActionAid and onboard dedicated POCs to increase the participation, at the same time collaborating with different communities. Also utilizing the training centers of PMKVY scheme to provide certified courses, creating an impact in the lives of more than 1 lakh women.
For execution of our strategies, we have selected 30 PMKVY centers across 6 states. We have developed standardized modular curriculum along with the focus on the basic etiquette, soft skills, and entrepreneurship skills. We have also proposed strategies for providing employment opportunities, indulging into the job placements, collaborating with salons, CSR activities, and leveraging PMKVY bank linkages to ensure microloans. With this, we are aiming to empower 31K women. We have also evaluated various key KPIs to be monitored. Through our proposed strategy, we are empowering and we are monitoring around 1 lakh women employees and creating a 10x growth in their salary to reaching to 30 to 40K in the year 5. We have also proposed a 5-year implementation plan in which we will start from the UP and Maharashtra state, and then we will be gradually scaling it to the rest of the 6 states. With this, we would like to conclude our strategy, and we have also developed a financial implementation plan and a detailed impact analysis. Thank you.
That was just in time. Team, if the jury members have any Q&A, we could proceed.
Can you go to your financials, please? Why would you propose such a high cost on your training infrastructure? I mean, what is the build aspect on this?
We are collaborating with PMKVY, but we'll be providing them basic setup needs. Like we'll be providing them like things like beauty and the different L'Oreal products, the sinks and all the chair that is required or the mirror that is required for supporting their infrastructure. So that part we'll be doing, and the PMKVYs, the Kens will be providing us the infrastructure for this.
To add on to his point, so the different existing training centers that we have identified, we even had a discussion with them. They have the we will be just using their infrastructure in terms of space utilization and all, whereas the training material majorly will be training material in terms of the mentors and people who are training will be done from our side. So we have just considered a minimal amount which will be used for L'Oreal to give to the training partners which are there in the existing PMKVY training centers.
Okay. Go back to your philosophy and your objective slide, please.
Ma'am, this one?
Yeah. Now, an audience like this, where you're looking at, kind of, how do you really leverage digital medium to really, there's a lot of access to digital content that is available to people. How do you really leverage that medium to really inspire, invoke, empower women here? The reason I'm saying that is, yes, one is the hard fact of training that they would go through a center. But the other aspect is about what impact digital can really help once they are trained. So that there is a very, you put a ratio on your costing out there, but how would you really go about if you were to really leverage the digital content?
Ma'am, we are leveraging the digital content through one of the media campaigns that we are doing, and we are also using it on training the POCs or training the various trainers that will be required in each and every setup. So we'll be training the various trainers through our digital medium, and then they will be giving the training to these particular women through this. And we have majorly for targeting the women, we are using digital onboarding process where we'll be providing mobile phones or the app setups, not the mobile phones, but the app setup to the different POCs that we'll be recruiting. And through that, we'll be targeting because we are targeting the different women living in the marginalized communities. So they will be in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities and might not have the leverage of using the mobile phones and the smartphones.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have any more questions? Super. So this brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you to all the 9 teams for your ideas. We will now take a short break before we declare the results. See you in a bit. Hello again, everyone. I would like to congratulate all the students for putting their best foot forward. Each one of you is a winner for coming this far. Kudos to each one of you. Our jury is almost ready with the results. Before beginning the award ceremony, I would like to request Rasika if she could share her experience of assessing the top 9 teams today. Over to you, Rasika.
Thank you, Rivita. First of all, my really warmest congratulations to all of you, and in recognition of all the hard work that's gone behind the presentations. It was very evident with your responsiveness to the questions that we asked, and also the holistic thinking of an end-to-end project or even an initiative. So, whether this materializes or not, each one of you, I'm sure, would have taken back a learning, which will really help you in long state about how do you approach a problem and how do you really look at solving. The other aspect of, yes, there were some areas when we looked at questions, some of the thinking was probably not as deeper as we would, some of the questions were answered, could have been answered better. But having said that, all of this is a learning curve. And I know it's not easy to be on a spotlight and then answer questions that can come at you like a googly at any point of time. But hey, this is what prepares you for what future is going to hold for all of you. So take this as a learning curve, and each one of you has done a tremendous job of, kind of going through so many rounds, making sure that you come up to this level of, all the 9 teams that have come in together and competing with so many other people who participated. So very well done, and kudos to all the hard work that you guys have put in this, this whole program. Irrespective, like Rivita said, each one of you is winner. And we are really looking forward to your staying engaged with L'Oreal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rasika. Next, I would like to welcome Krishna to share her experience about the sustainability challenge this year.
Thank you, Rivita. It's not my first time that I'm, looking at entries. And what I'm really excited about is that every year there are new ideas. There is a lot of energy that the students bring in. So very happy to see that. And all the best, guys.
Thank you, Krishna. Next, I would like to welcome Xavier, who also was one of the participants in a similar challenge in 2008. We would like to hear from you.
Exactly. So thank you very much for organizing this, and really congrats to all of you. As Rishika said, you are all winners to reach this stage. I think it was an amazing adventure and great learnings for you. I've been at your place for 14 years back. So I feel a little bit old when I'm saying so. So I've been at your place, and you see that I get the opportunity to then join L'Oréal, and I'm still with this wonderful company. And this is all what I can wish to you guys is to keep engaged. And why this sustainable challenge is so important is because sustainability is really one of the core value of the company, and a core value that also I'm sharing. And this is also one of the reasons why I'm so attached to this company.
Thank you, Xavier. So finally, now is the moment that we've all been waiting for. The results are just in. As the winner names will be announced, I would request the teams to switch on their camera for a picture along with the jury after the announcement. First, we begin with the planet pillar. I will now invite Krishna to announce the winners for the planet pillar.
Thank you, Rivita. Like I said, lots of fresh ideas here, lots of thoughts. The jury really discussed the best among the various presentations on the basis of how innovative and how usable and how scalable your ideas were for this one. And plastic seems to be a very dominant theme that we have seen. And all the teams that have presented, I think, had the intent, have acknowledged the problem, and had the intent to kind of really make that change. So, firstly, I think all the teams who are presenting this one, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's nice to see that you want to bring in that behavioral change when it comes to plastic and waste management. So very difficult to choose, but we had to, and based on, I think, scalability and the innovation, we have chosen team. We have chosen team legends who are from the Institute of Rural Management, Anand, Gujarat. I'd like to invite the team members, Bontu Ojaswini, Ashish Anshuman, Kavya Shri Lakshmi Reddy.
Congratulations, team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations, guys. Very well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, I would now like to invite Xavier to announce the winners for the product pillar.
So once again, really congratulations, guys, because it was quite impressive in terms of ideas, of creativity, of innovation. Really, the three projects were really out of the box and very interesting. What has made the difference, I think, is more the feasibility and the robustness of the concept. And within the three projects, there was one project which was really outstanding on that part, and it is Green Dream from BITS School of Management of Mumbai with Gargi, Gitika, and Shibari. I hope I pronounced properly your names.
Congratulations, team.
Thank you. Thank you.
Super. Now we're moving on to the last category, which is our people pillar. I would now like to invite Rasika to announce the winners.
Sorry, my internet seems to be a bit unstable, but I hope you guys can hear me. You can.
Yes.
I'm assuming you announced that I need to now call out the last team winner. Okay.
Yes, I did.
So yeah, I would not torture you guys more because it's time for announcing the last one. But it was a tough call because all of the projects that kind of got called out were in a subject that is very close to L'Oreal's heart, which is about upskilling and also about women, empowerment. And all of you had projects which were kind of very, very close to each other in some form or the other. But I think the project that kind of what had a slight amount of edge in comparison to the others was more on scalability and feasibility for the people track. Project Sustain a Glow from XLRI. Well done, Prince, Pranjal, and Kamal, for your presentation, your thinking, and for articulating a subject so precious to us. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Congratulations, team. Congratulations again to all the teams who have emerged as winners today. I would now sign off from here and hand the virtual mic to Chetan to give the vote of thanks.
Thanks, Ravida.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ravida. Congratulations to all the winners and thank you to all the teams that have participated. It was an honor and pleasure to see your ideas and submission. All the 1,48,000 students who have participated, you motivate us to come back with a more innovative challenge each year. Your ideas truly make us believe how you can create the beauty that moves the world. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the panelists for being such a generous jury. I'm sure each one of your viewers have been inspired by you and your words. A big thanks to Team Gania, Vivian Gonzalez, Bhavi Rastogi, Reda Agnaw from RNI, Anuradha Suvarna from the sustainability team, and my colleague Tushar Verma from the talent acquisition team for your partnership throughout the competition. I would want to thank the Unstopped team for being our partners in this competition. Thank you everyone for taking our time today and for being such a wonderful audience. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the event as much as we did. Congratulations once again to all the teams and see you in the campus soon.
Thank you, Chetan and Rivida, for hosting this for us along with Unstop. And Tushar, thank you so much for kind of making sure this was an absolutely value-adding experience.
Thank you and
Thank you.
congratulations to all winners.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.